Hey everybody, Maria here from Fourth Dimension. Welcome. We all survived another week, very exciting. I am reading for the sign of Cancer. Tell me about Cancer. I'm going to pull 5 cards from What's the Tea? Okay. There we go. It's going to be a rough week, Cancer. I've only got 5 out and I'm already like, here we are. Nothing but bruised ego already. Second 5 I'm going to pull are from Heart's Hidden Treasure. First one came out as Curse. That's interesting. All right. We have this one. This one. This one. Back here. And this one. There we are. There we are. And then I'm going to use the Black Tarot. One of my good friends gave me this deck. It's amazing. I love it, love it, love it to do my clarifying. So Cancer, let's talk about what's going on. First and foremost, you have looking you up. Somebody's researching you, kind of trying to get the dirt on you. I feel like you might be getting a bunch of nonsense this week. Just keeping it real. If you're a creator, tarot reader, anybody in the healing arts, I feel like this retrograde may have kicked up some dirt, threatened some egos. I feel like this is very much a sensitive, fear-based person that is reacting to loss or fear of losing something or somebody close to them. And this is all reaction. So somebody might be acting out of complete fear that you, Cancer, are moving forward. And then that's where all the dirt kind of comes up, right? Is when people start poking an open wound that they created themselves out of fear of losing you. This is all kind of reactionary. So first, right off the top of the card is looking you up. Somebody's trying to get research done on you, trying to figure out who you are. This could be somebody quiet that you don't know yet. This is somebody who you might have just met, heavy on the fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag coming off that, as well as Curse. I feel like somebody is feeling, the curses I gotta be straight with y'all. I feel like it's just negative energy. This might be a past love that's abrasive, feeling you're walking away is threatening them, or maybe you're on a break. I kind of feel like several of you have taken a break to evaluate what you want, and that's considered threatening. Also, somebody's talking crap about you and they want to return, or in the past Cancer, you might have had somebody who's done some magic on you as well. That person's looking to come forward. And it's kind of funny how I get downloads right when I pull the card or right before I pull the card. So I feel like somebody that you were close to at some point, could be even a ride or die. It could be a friend or a family member, somebody that you were close to. You're no longer close. And I do feel like you're on a break, and the break has gone extended. You're in an extended break. I don't think either of you wanted this break to occur, but there's a lot of pride and ego. Before I even pulled a card, I said that. This is a bruised ego. Somebody is like, who's going to give out first by texting the other person, right? That's the feeling. And it's almost like it's a stupid move, because the longer, like especially with a Cancer, the longer the time goes between the 2 points of contact, we are residual folks. Yes, we consider you a lesson and not necessarily a current love partner who's playing a game. We just don't entertain that. We've moved on. Cancers will always have a space in our hearts for this, but there's enough distance between the 2 points of contact that it might be considered over. This other person, that's the fear, is somebody's reacting to fear. They may rush in. I got like the Chariot, I have the Ten of Swords all in my face, I have the Death card reversed. This is somebody who really wants to come back and like knock your door down to get to you. They might actually do that. Somebody's always partying at a distance. So this relationship, you may have met them online. That distance card kind of gives me an online connection vibe. It also makes me feel that our always partying is somebody might have a substance abuse or overuse over drinking, and it may not be an actual addiction, but it might be a coping mechanism in the current state of pain, and it's in the center of your spread. So these are the most prevalent energies coming forward. This person's in a lot of pain due to your pulling back, Cancer. This person is feeling an amazing loss at your relationship. This person plays it cool, like they're all right, but the energy I'm feeling is they're not all right. They feel like they lost their best friend. Now, that being said, I don't think it was a balanced relationship. There's extreme balance, and I feel like there was a cycle that closed here. Like regardless, third party energy, party energy, too many cooks in the kitchen trying to get your time, or vice versa. And it was a distraction. It could be work related. It could just, it's a serious imbalance. So somebody is like, for example, I'm getting the message with the distance is somebody always reaches out. Like if I live here and they live there, I'm the one going to them all the time. I'm having to make the accommodations around that person's schedule. Maybe they work additional hours. Maybe they travel a lot. So that even limits more opportunities to go and see this person. So I'm like seeing a calendar with like trying to coordinate times that you guys can connect. That's this energy. That's part of the reason I think you're on a break is I feel like Cancer, you pulled your energy back because you didn't feel like they were matching your energy that they were putting in. I also feel you're elevating. Congratulations. You're working on it anyways. A handful of you are not tolerating behavior that you would have a year ago. And you're just trying to put up boundaries that make sense to you, that match your energy, and you're just done. I feel like also in this period of time, Cancer, you're reflecting. So I feel like this has got Hangman and Hermit all over it. So especially if you've taken a break and you're sitting in your apartment, condo, shell, home, RV, I don't care. I see somebody isolating on purpose to really examine and evaluate, am I done with this energy? Because this is a cycle that closed. I feel like you got really, really hurt. This wasn't like you put all in, you put your efforts in, or vice versa. You were ready to actually act on this relationship, and they kind of maybe were matching your energy as you had in the past when you used to use people as options. I'm just keeping it real, not digging at anybody. Keep your comments to yourself. I never did that. Shut up. I don't care. The point is there's somebody out there who gets into a relationship or a situationship, and this one is different. It hit different. Somebody invested more than the other party. Somebody's feelings got hurt. They pulled back to salvage themselves and put boundaries around their heart so they don't get hurt. So you might have, take it as it resonates, commitment issues, phobias, intimacy issues, phobias. And this person, Cancer, I feel like you're dealing with also mirrors that energy. So you have two people who are totally okay with a situationship, but maybe not a commitment. And something had to give, because I think you're changing, is my point. That's this energy. So always parting in a distance now there's a huge distance between you two. I don't care if you live across the street from this person. There's a giant, like a tsunami of space between the two of you. I feel too busy winning, and the divine feminine is making you look at somebody else that maybe you were interested in, Cancer, and this person or you're the divine feminine and you are too busy winning. Somebody's looking at you as you may not be interested in entertaining this past person. So I kind of feel I'm heavy on the Sag, heavy on the fire, heavy on Taurus. Maybe you're dealing with a Cap. I also got like heavy Aries. Capricorn is coming really strong. Maybe a Libra. Several of us Cancers are in a space. I talked a little bit about this in my last read too. Is like you're in a space of reflection. What do I want? What do I want? And you're putting energy only towards the things that serve your highest purpose, your highest elevation, your highest good. You're only investing things in things that bring pleasure and joy to you, whether it be a person or a job. I don't care. Money, whatever. Money is just a resource, right? The relationships that you maybe have invested in the past do not stand or won't stand in the future. Like, I don't know how to say this. Cancer, if you were a person that was okay with shallow relationships, it didn't really go anywhere. I don't care how long they were. I was married 28 years and it only got a certain depth, right? Until change occurred. And now I can have really intimate relationships and really close-knit partnerships, friendships, because I've elevated and I've removed the things that stop me from committing at that level. That's this energy. That's what's going on here. So this is somebody sitting in, whether it's you or them, doesn't matter, just energy, but somebody sitting on the sidelines waiting for, wondering if, looking back at all of the above, your relationship with them, to say, I wonder if Cancer's still available. I wonder if Cancer would even entertain this. They look so busy, too busy winning. They're too, they're making excuses not to own their stuff and come forward. And they probably have struggling with some abuse or possibly overuse, over partying, chemical, and this is shallow energy, right? Cloud hungry and pain is somebody is feeling reproached. Somebody is feeling left out in the cold, the Five of Pentacles. Cancer, you might be dealing with somebody who's gone through some financial burdens, because the Five of Pentacles is coming up when I'm reading these two. And this is a passionate fear. This person might come off petty, react petty, come at you with, a Five of Swords attitude of aggressive conflict. I don't feel like you're talking to this person. I don't know if it's the same person that you're putting distance from, or if there was distance in the past, but right now this energy is twofold. One, the person that you have been, if you're thinking about this person, Cancer, this is your this is your reading. And this person that you are thinking about has severed this relationship, or you put some boundaries. It's severed. There's a big giant tsunami of space between it, but the longer the space goes on, you're okay. You're doing okay. You're recovering from the pain, and they're still going through it. This is a divinely orchestrated relationship. I do feel like the Lovers would show up. I am going to pull these cards to clarify, but I feel like because the Lovers are here, it's going to require spiritual intervention, divine intervention on divine timing to make this work out, because they're different levels of energy, completely different level. One's, I feel, Cancer, you're moving forward. You're just not tolerating the crap you used to, and they don't like it. There's talking shit. There's cloud hungry, always partying, looking you up, and some black magic on the side. If the gossip and Barb character assassination wasn't enough, we got a little bit of sprinkle of this on with a little dusting of, magician. I got the magician card all over this, trying to manifest you, trying to generate a relationship. And I don't know how throwing dirt on you is going to actually make you attractive to this person. And the people I'm reading for are smart. Cancers are the most intuitive sign right here. This is coming. For those of you that have a divine masculine or divine feminine that you're in connection with, a twin flame journey, you feel this person coming towards you, and you know what you're going to say when they come. And you're going to have a very, hopefully, honest conversation about the gap and why there is one. And if not, then this person will consistently maintain in this cycle and consistently have these kinds of relationships until they want to do the work. That's what we're doing here. We started this journey together almost like 7 months ago. Can you all believe that? I can't believe it's been 7 months already. It feels like yesterday. Shoot. Okay, bottom of the deck, I have Five of Coins. Did I not just say that? Isn't this a beautiful card? But it's left out in the cold. Somebody feels you're moving forward. That's the Five of Coins. Thank you, Spirit. Tell me more. Tell me about Cancer. What's going on with Cancer? First card out, I have the Lovers in reverse. If I'm not your favorite reader, I don't know. So the Lovers in reverse with the Sun of Baskets. It's like the Knight of Cups, right, in the reverse. And then I have Wheel of Fortune. So this is a cycle that ended with a player. The Lovers in reverse, or that's the energy here. And it was somebody that was divinely orchestrated, but somebody didn't do the work. And the Knight of Cups in the reverse is a little tyrannical, controlling, not loving and kind. It's somebody's not wanting to come forward and even have a conversation. They're still in butthurt phase. That's this energy. They don't want to do the work, and there's nothing wrong with that. We all elevate at our own level, at our own time. And this might just be an opportunity that's going to be missed. I have Seven of Knives, defending oneself, and this is, it can be the Seven of Swords. It is deception. Some crap went down, and they don't want to come and talk about it. They don't want to address this. It could be third party. It could be throwing dirt all over you. It could be a slander approach. It could be getting all their friends together and commenting on your creator page. It could be a ton of stuff. It could be a lot. And you're very intuitive. You're very aware of what's going down here. Mother of Baskets. Ooh, and the World. That's the final period I was looking for. So the Mother of Baskets is the Queen of Cups, is moving forward. She is. You are. None of this is hitting you under the belt, even though that's the intent. The intent is to hurt you, harm you, slander your character, hurt you where you invest what's important to you. They want to get back. Temperance, it lacked balance. Emotional stability, spiritual stability, energy for sure. That's what's happening here. So when I see a World, there should be a bunch of aces that follow because you had a closing of a cycle. So if it does come back, it has to come back correct. Cancer, you aren't going to allow anybody to come back with the same nonsensical behavior they did before, because you've elevated, you've gone through the pain, you've done the work, you've evaluated what you want, and you worked on the things that led you to attract this level of energy to begin with. So you would never go fishing. If you want a walleye, you won't go to the trout pond. That's what I'm saying here. You know where the walleye are, and you're going to, go there. The Nine of Wands, Four of Wands, and Temperance. So the Nine of Wands is, can you do this again? Can I go back and do the cycle over again? With the Four of Wands is wanting to invest in a relationship, it was painful. And I feel like somebody's wanting to come back and talk to you. Their concern is that you're not going to entertain this conversation, and they know that it lacked balance. I have the Ten of Wands. You dropped it. They know it, and it's in the upright. So it's not just dropping the relationship, it's dropping all the stuff around the relationship. I have the Five of Wands on the side. Also wanting to the Five of Knives. That aggressive, I said that, rewind it. The aggressive coming at you. They're sitting in contemplation. How should I approach Cancer and address this? It might be a bitey comment. It might be passive aggressive. It might be assertive, kind of taking ownership, not taking ownership. This person needs to take ownership. I don't feel like you've gotten an apology from this person. You haven't. There has been no reconciliation of the gap. Why is there a gap? And Cancer, I don't think you really need one. I'll be straight. The energy I'm feeling off this, you're healed. I love tarot. So the star is healed. You're healed. It's in the upright, and you're mastering this chapter you're currently in. You're mastering it. Slick, hands down. No, you may be in a current relationship. You've moved on. You've used this, accepted it, dealt with the hurt, the disappointment, the frustration, and you turned the page. I also have the Mother of Knives, the Queen of Swords. So that's my mafia queen. Come at me correct, or don't come at me at all. And this is the star, and this person sees you as their wish fulfillment and knows that if they come at you, they're going to have an honest conversation about the effery that went down. The Five of Wands, the Two of Wands, making a decision with the Fool, jumping in and having the conversation. Somebody's going to reach out to you, Cancer. The person that you're in this gap, again, I kind of listed all the signs that I felt were pulling on you. I feel like it might be another Cancer. It could be a Leo, maybe a Virgo, or at least secondary placements. If you're an older person, check your moon or your rising signs. It may not be your initial one. Okay, then I have the Ace of Baskets. There's my ace and the Ace of Coins. I said there's going to be aces right after the roll. I said that. So you're going to have a brand new opportunity, a brand new love discussion. Ace of Baskets, there's a lot of love here. This person loves you. They aren't good with emotions. They're not good with owning their emotions. They're not great with communicating. This person feels like this has been how they've always dealt in relationships. They've jumped from one relationship to another just for the stability of a partner, because that's how they were led to believe that's how this goes. And if something closes, I don't think they sat on it long, but I feel like there's a few relationships in this person's past that stopped them from investing, emotionally investing. This person wants intimacy, is afraid of intimacy because it requires being vulnerable with oneself, truth, and it's out of fear. I said when I started this reading, this thing is just screaming fear. Fear of being abandoned, rejected all over the place, total rejection, that you're better than them, 100%. They feel like you're better. Wait, do it. And you are. I mean, no offense. You're the star. You've done some of the work. The reason you're even watching me is because I'm being straight and authentic with you. And this person may be what I might have a few cross watchers, and forgive me, but this is a divine counterpart. This is something that the divine put together, and it got interrupted all over this. And it was through the effery and the drinking and the partying and the all the stuff. All of that was necessary to show that it wasn't going to work. It doesn't matter what went down if it's divinely orchestrated. When I say I'm sitting in my canoe by myself, and if it ends up in my canoe, it's mine. That means if the universe has my name on it, it will not pass me by. I don't care what's happening. It's meant for me from my divine, from my creator, vice versa. Same with you. It won't pass you by. Nobody else is going to steal your blessings and your gifts. It won't. If that person's meant to be with you, they will come back corrected. That's what's happening. So this person, I feel, is sitting in a space of hermit. They're sitting currently pondering this, looking at the whole relationship, maybe looking at a pattern of lifestyle, maybe looking at a lot of relationships. Maybe they've had a divorce or two, or a significant relationship that failed, and they're looking at their part. It's not about the cheating. I want people to hear me. I'm not a big finger pointer. I celebrated 4 years of recovery yesterday. Woo, I'm having a celebration moment. However, I'm not the same person as I was, right? Because we grow and we change and we elevate and we learn and we become, I believe, the person that we were intended to be on the planet when we got here. This person, or the person that you were dealing with, isn't quite their elevated self, but they went through some things and they're getting to a place where they're identifying what stopped them from being successful in previous relationships. They are beginning to evaluate and doing the work. That is divinely led. They can't do this on their own. It's kind of like using your brain. You know, I always laugh because I say when I'm sitting in the chairs in the rooms, I say my best thinking got me here. So today I don't trust my own thinking. I trust my intuition. I trust my divine. That's what this person's doing, is they're trusting that the downloads they're getting is leading them. And there isn't, I said in this in one of the readings this last week is, you know, if somebody's going through a big pile of poo, and they're saying, Johnny, what are you doing? Why are you jumping in the pile of poo? What's happening? And he's like, there's got to be a pony with this much poo. There's got to be a hidden pony. That's what this person's doing. Is they're sitting, and not as a not as a penance, but to help restore, because I feel like the divine loves this person tremendously and wants happiness just as much for them as they do for you. So you've done the work. They're doing the work to hopefully reconcile, regardless, as a relationship or a friend. Take it as it resonates. I guarantee you I'm going to get at least 100 comments that'll say, I never want that SOB back. That's fair. I'm not telling you need to. I'm just saying that's what's happening in the energy. I have the 4 of coins and the 5 of cups. So this person's sitting in a loss. I just said this on a rant. I just went on a rant about this. These 2 cards indicate that this person recognizes that they didn't bring their best self to the relationship. The 4 of cups is conservative, held back, guarded. I'm only going to give you 4 pentacles. You give me 2 million. That's the vibe. So you are an overgiver, and you worked on that because you realized that's maybe a bit codependent, and you said, no, I don't want to do that. I'm going to let go of this. I love tremendously. I love unconditionally, but this was an imbalanced relationship, and it didn't meet you halfway. And I used to say to myself and other people that I sponsor is I gave wife love, and I didn't even ask for a girlfriend commitment. You know, like what is that about? That's the vibe. That's the elevation we all are going through. I haven't done that for a long time, but that's the vibe, right? Is this person was coming with a 4 of coins, very, very little, very little. Muy poquito. So not much. And the 5 of cups is the loss, the looking back and realizing the 3 cups that were standing upright at one point were the ones you invested in. There are 2 cups still in the upright, full of love, but you're going to go backwards to the beginning and have a conversation with the ace, which just showed up. And then if there's a spark and 2 people are willing, it'll move into a 2 of cups, which is what this person needs to do. Don't know if they're there. Tell me about Cancer and the person they're dealing with, please. We'll find out. This is a spiritual awakening. Ooh, I love this one card, hiding out. I have the Chariot. They're in the car coming through. They're making a decision to move forward. I think they're planning what they want to say, what they need to say. how is this going? Like, this is a lot of energy here. I feel like a very long text is going to come through for a handful of you. And it's going to be an outpouring of thoughts and emotion. They're going to come right. They're going to talk about what led them to ghost you, what led them to isolate, to cheat, whatever, what led them to abuse the trust that you had with this person. I have the King of Cups, or excuse me, the King of Pentacles. And I have the Daughter of Coins. Love this, the Daughter of Coins. It's Queen of Coins, Queen of that's a lot of energy right there. So the King of Coins with the Queen of Coins. So the King and Queen of Pentacles is a solid relationship. These are two very highly elevated, highly intelligent, very balanced. They're a good match. They're a very, very good match. This is a power couple. These two people are like-minded, have like values, have like integrity. It just, somebody needed to work through some pain. I feel, of just releasing some hurt from previous relationships that was a barrier for them going forward and committing. They're just afraid. That's all this is. It acts sideways all over the map, but this is the energy. So I'm going to hang out here for a minute because these are pre-emperor and pre-empress energies. So these two, once they get together and have, I think, a very lengthy conversation, this could be restored easily. Again, the people I am talking to here, Cancer, understand the value of forgiveness, right? And nobody's perfect on this channel. And if you are, you got the wrong channel. But I do feel like there's the conversation that's going to lead to an amazingly deeper relationship with your person. Yeah. King of Wands, the Hangman, and the King of Cups. So my opinion is that this was an adult player, went from the Knight to the King. This person was a master at juggling relationships. I don't care who I'm reading for. I know I'm spot on with this energy. They're in a hangman state. I just said that, the hermit mode, trying to evaluate. And through this transformation, the king, it's a king, right? But it's the lowest vibrational king. It's the wands. They don't want to elevate. They don't want to do the work. They're now moving up. They went from the King of Wands to the King of Cups. They're getting in touch with their emotions. They're identifying what was their barrier to growth. So Spirit's telling me this person's going from the Wands to the Cups. They're transitioning. And this person is halfway through to an Emperor. Pretty darn good. They're mastering their fear. Yeah, the Ten of Cups. This is what they want. And it really hard tried to come over to the world. Like, it jumped over here. So they want to come in and offer all 10. I feel like they recognize historically the 2 were good, but I think this is going to go from a 2 to a 10 very quickly. They want to get to the King of Pentacles. They want to get to the stage. They're willing to do the work. This is the epiphany before the Emperor and Empress. They want to jump to this level. And again, this person's been through the ringer emotionally. They might have just been cheated on or vice versa. 7 of Wands. This person feels like they may have to defend themselves, and not in a defensive way, but more of I need to defend where I stand and what I'm wanting in this next chapter. And it might be your energy, Cancer. You might be saying, listen, keep your bullshit to yourself. This is what I need. This is this energy. I also have the Ten of Knives. It might be an ending. It also might be the ending of the effery. I mean, that's what this is standing on your own 2 feet, asking for what you need, being direct with what you want. And if it isn't, you're going to have to listen to yourself and your intuition by talking to this human and discern if this is the person that is bringing all these things to fruition, or if this person needs a little bit more time, or you do. Or it's a no-go. Either way, it's okay. This person's trying to manifest it. The Sun, you make them very, very happy. And the 8 of Wands. Absolutely. So this person is trying to manifest the dreams. The dream. You are the wish fulfillment. They want to move forward with you. They're coming up with a strategy right now to move forward. Aren't they just a beautiful illustration? Again, it's called the Black Tarot. And it's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Anything else for Cancer? What's happening right now is they're cooking, they're thinking. I have the 8 of Coins in the reverse and the Tower. So that's the issue. You may choose, and a handful of you may choose, because it is in the reverse, not to invest, not to move forward. You may not choose to invest in this relationship, or they're afraid that you're not going to invest, because again, this is a lot of fear, and the Tower represents like a change, immediate change. This person might just want to remain in the player stage. Daughter of Knives. It's the Queen of Swords again coming in. It could be the Knight of Swords. It's the coming in, having an honest conversation. And they might say goodbye to you. They might just owe you an apology and walk off because they figured out what they want. There might be another party that this is about. I feel like it's you though. Nine of Swords, high anxiety, and the Ten of Coins. High anxiety. The Ten of Coins is two things, right? One is the happy ever after card. That's what I call it. I'm very 8th grade about this. But the happy ever after card, the Ten of Coins, is I want it all. I want all of it. I want the house, the kids, the car, the 2 vehicles, the play, the trips, the stuff, the things. I want it all with you. I want you and whatever your posse is, come on over. We're going to have barbecue and we're going to be a family. That's this vibe. The Nine of Swords is heavy anxiety that you're not going to accept them and their posse and their things and their stuff. And that's what they can't sleep at night. This is heavy anxiety, like heavy, can't sleep, can't eat, interrupted sleep, trying to work, thinking about you at work, checking you out on the computer. Maybe they're coming to terms with all the nonsense that happened as interruptions to your relationship. There might be some truths that are being discovered. How deep the effery really went to stop you two from being together, and that's that divine partner. It doesn't matter. What's for you won't pass you by. It's all in his timing. This had to go down this way. This was already written. This was already written in your timeline. It wasn't going to pass you by, and it still may not. So if this is somebody you're trying to manifest back, Cancer, it may happen. I'm very excited for you. I have the Daughter of Wands in the reverse. So your person had a Queen of Wands in the reverse. The Queen of Wands in the upright, strong, confident, sexy. Ooh, love the Queen of Wands. She walks in the room with stilettos. In the reverse, bitey, backbiting, vicious, mean, mean, set your car on fire, kind of angry, and get back, like get even. This person, all over it. So you got a very insecure person. And I feel like the cards, the longer I'm doing this, the more cards I see. So like, I feel like this is the get back energy is wanted to be you, didn't get chosen, invested in your person, didn't get chosen. And this might be the person that your person left you for only to get dumped. Can't compete where you can't compare. I don't know. It's like this was divinely orchestrated and it got interrupted by somebody who wanted a financial step up. I feel it was more about security. And I think your person recognized that and stepped back, pulled their energy back, and now I got a little bit of butt hurt. That's what's happening. And if you don't believe me, rewatch this video because I said this at the beginning. There's some ego happening here. And all of this drama is generated by fear that she or he is going to lose your person. And it's not even your person. It's the security that your person brought. That's what this is about. This person, too, I feel is a bit unbalanced. So watch yourself. I have Sun. Is that right? The Son of Wands, which would, I wonder if that's the King. No, that's the Knight of Wands in the reverse. And the Ace of Wands also in the reverse. So I feel like this person is afraid. This is, again, fear. And it's a lack of passion to move forward with the inverted Queen of Wands. That's gone. And the Knight of Wands rushing in with passion is hesitant and doesn't want to come forward. Also, be mindful that there might be deception in the midst of this energy. And it's an imbalance again. So you're going to have to use your discernment if this person's really done the work. You're going to know in a minute. You will absolutely know if this person's genuine. This person talks well, looks well, dresses nicely, very, very well. They know you. You know this person. You're going to know. And I have, what does that say? Justice. So whatever you choose to do, and again, I have a few Cancers watching me, and even if I had 3 watching this channel, all 3 outcomes might be different. But justice will be served. And I feel it's not necessarily how you two walk from this conversation forward. That doesn't matter. It's the fact that you had the conversation is the justice. Because I believe that for justice to show up, this relationship had a significant influence by a third party that tried to inject and change the timeline and use magic and talk crap and adjust the perception of you, Cancer, only to land on their tail. That's justice. That's the divine. And that's not me. I didn't do anything. That's karma. I just work here. I'm just reading the energy. Eight of Baskets is the Eight of Cups. Somebody's walking away from the Queen of Wands that's inverted. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. And then I have the Four of Knives. Somebody's sitting in their head, meditating about what they're doing. I just said this. I love tarot. You guys, I love this. So this person's recognizing everything, and the veil is lifted in your person's headspace, and character of the human that they've been investing in is showing. And that is a divine orchestrated energy. I feel all over this is like God or divine or creator, whatever you want to get, your deity, tribe, is just embracing your person, protecting them and letting them see that doesn't have to be this way. It can be different if you want it to be. And again, you don't have to accept this person back. I'm just telling you this energy is what they needed. And I think even for those Cancers that have healing gifts, healing arts, you might have been called to start the process for the awakening of your person. It may not end up that you two end up together. Like I said, a lot of you, this might be old energy, but this is what's happened and this is your update to the investment you had. And your person might just, you might have been used by the divine to get this person to a place of an awakening. I'm sorry, my dog is really sick still. Say a prayer for her, would you? Just throw some energy up. My little CHFer. Tell me about Cancer. So right now, that's too many, please. Right now, I feel like your person is sitting in, is that right? And it's in the reverse. Nine of Swords. Yeah, you might have, this person may not come straight. I feel, are going to check the temp by throwing a bone, by text, email, call, check your level of, I would love to get together and have coffee. I don't think they're going to, I said this in the last reading, I don't believe they're going to come completely clean with the level of involvement they had in the past breakup, all the things that I've been reading about for months. But they're going to be somewhat honest. And I feel like they're trying to protect you. I still stand on that. I feel like there's a protection, or again, it's also ego. They're super humiliated about the level of nonsense. I just feel like they didn't trust their intuition. Like they just woke up and just said, what have I been doing? I've been sabotaging this. Again, take it as it resonates. Some of your people are not elevated and they're just coming back to take your money, take your time, waste your time, and do another cycle with you. You're just going to have to discern if this is reality. Yeah, strength. Your strength is going to be tested. You need to pray. You need to call on your tribe, sit and meditate. I am going to challenge each of you. You're in a new chapter, right? We just went through a retrograde. We had a very beautiful new moon. Would love, 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 love for you to sit down. Even if you, first time watching me, grab a piece of paper and list out everything you want in yourself and a partner in your world for the next 3 months. I don't care. However, like start manifesting some of these things. And the strength is going to be tested because I feel this might be a test. Because it may not match, this energy may not match with really what you want. But unless you do that, you're going to consistently continue this cycle because you're not being clear to your tribe, your spiritual God, whatever you want to call it. You're not being clear about what you desire, and therefore you're going to consistently get the same old nonsense because you keep accepting the same old nonsense. So you're going to get the same trout and not the walleye. Maybe I need to go fishing. I don't know. I love to fish. Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles. It might be Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. And I'm having deja vu as I'm pulling this card. I'm keeping that on camera. So, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is somebody super needy, codependent, financially needing somebody else. This is, I said that a few minutes ago, is this person that you are on a break from is your person's person or third party or whatever you want to title, other relationship. And I feel like it's a very, very, very long relationship, had supplied that person with financial resources, a lot of support, actually, a lot, like carried the weight of that relationship, and that's stopping. It's stopped maybe already. There's a huge, like maybe at the end of July or middle of August, like severed, and this person's panicking because bills are coming through and they don't know how they're going to make them. They're going to lose their house. Their car is going to get repoed. They're throwing fake threats towards your person. They're trying to sexually seduce them back. There's like they're trying it's like spaghetti on the wall and see what sticks, you know. I think your person is not biting. They're not. I feel like your person is sitting in a space of celibacy, believe it or not. If they're elevated, I feel like those folks are, and they're not looking for they're not, it's dead. It's the world. They're done with that. They've let go. Daughter of Wands and the Six of Baskets. They want to come back and repair things with you. They're wanting to come back in and have a conversation and repair the work, do the work. The Six of Pentacles is giving more, much, much more than what they ever gave to begin with. They recognize that it was not balanced. This person may come in with a gift, flowers, piece of jewelry maybe, and I believe this is genuine. I really do feel like this is genuine energy here. Judgment is in the reverse. They don't feel like this is over, and I have the High Priestess in reverse. I always get scared and the Devil. That's right. I was going to say I always get scared when I pull these three cards. So you might have somebody working some energy on you, and the Empress is also in reverse. That's the person who's doing it. I'm not your best friend. So by your person pulling back, putting boundaries around their third person, they're getting a little butthurt and throwing some dirt on your person and you. Lucky us, right? So this is what's happening in your world right now. You have to decide if this person is going to step up to the plate, listen to their intuition, act in response, and come forward to have this conversation. If this person comes correct, you may have a conversation with them about this. Also, your person might be the person doing the magic. You're a discernment. It may not be the third party, it may be your person. So you're gonna have to use that discernment. Bottom of the deck is the Hermit. That's where they're sitting. I think, and there's the Empress right there. The Empress might put the Death to it, but the Death is, it can't go back the way it went. It's over. No matter what, the cycle's ended. So that's kind of where the energy ends. The King of Swords are on the bottom of the deck, so they're going to come correct. I believe a handful of them are going to come honestly because it is in the upright, and they're going to come with a strategy. Again, King of Swords comes completely transparent. However, not emotionally showing their emotion. They're a little bit more left brain than right, as I call it, and they're a little stoic. But they're very matter of fact. So this is the energy that's happening in your world this week, Cancer. So expect this to occur. It is Labor Day weekend coming up. And I feel like this is all kind of happening before the end of September for the majority of you that are watching me. I'm going to do an update later. But I just want you to know this is the closure, and it's a finale. And it takes a while for a cycle and that wheel to move. But you, Cancer, you are on this wheel. If you're not feeling like you are, trust me, you are. It just depends on which part of, if you're at the beginning of the awakening, or if you've been doing this work a while, right? You're already you're shedding things quickly, right? You're not even thinking about it. If it's not for you, it's not for you, and you're letting it go. You're releasing it with light and love, and you're moving on, and you're okay with that. You're just like, if it's not for me, it won't come to me, and I'm not going to force it to stay with me. I'm not chasing it to come to me. So that's the energy, Cancer. So again, say some prayers for little Sophie. We have a doctor's appointment today. We're going to get there. We have to adjust her meds. And thank you all for the comments, because that sure has helped me, because I'm not a vet, nowhere near it, but that sure has helped. Lastly, if you like this vibe and want to join the tribe, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. That really helps me grow the algorithm and the footprint of the channel. But more importantly, it helps you know when I upload content, because it is a little sporadic nowadays, now that I have a job. And I love the comments. Keep them coming. You guys just encourage me to keep doing this. And it is one of my strongest passions, is to ensure that we're all walking this together with some intel, right? I could imagine doing this without this. I just definitely want to know how you're all doing out there. So until next time, Cancer, love and light. Take care.